Have you ever wondered why, despite knowing the wisdom of letting go, your hands still clench tighter? Have you ever scolded yourself for being unable to release attachments as quickly as teachings seem to suggest? Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Today we'll explore a truth that is rarely acknowledged but deeply liberating. In genuine spiritual practice, being unable to let go at the beginning is not a failure, it is a sign you are on the right path. The modern self-help culture often paints letting go as a swift, decisive act, like dropping a heavy bag you suddenly realize is unnecessary. But the lived reality of practice is more like gradually untying a rope that has been wound tightly around your hand for decades. The first pull does not free you, it tightens the knot. And that tightening is part of the process. Why? Because it shows you where the knot is, how deeply it's embedded, and how much attention it will require. When you first meet a teaching, whether from the Buddha, a wise friend, or your own life experience, it often shines a light on attachments you didn't even know you had. This illumination can feel uncomfortable, even overwhelming. A person beginning meditation might discover that their mind is not calm but restless. Someone exploring generosity might notice how reluctant they feel to part with their resources. A practitioner aiming for compassion might realize how many people they secretly resent. In all these cases, the inability to let go at once is not evidence of hopelessness, it is evidence that you have found the precise place where work is needed. Imagine a room in which a rope is tied around a heavy object, anchoring it to the floor. For years, you've walked around the rope without seeing it. Now, someone points it out and says, "This rope keeps you from moving freely. You can let it go." You reach for it, and only then do you feel its weight, its fibers biting into your skin. This is the beginning stage of letting go. The stage where you cannot yet loosen your grip because you are still learning the nature of what binds you. The Buddhist path acknowledges this. In the Pali Canon, the Buddha repeatedly meets people exactly where they are. He doesn't demand instant purity of mind. Instead, he offers gradual training. First, abstaining from harmful actions, then cultivating wholesome qualities, then refining attention, then developing insight. Each stage meets the practitioner at their current capacity. At no point does he shame them for still feeling the pull of desire or aversion. The very awareness of that pull is progress. So why is it the right path when you cannot let go at first? Because letting go is not suppression. True release arises naturally when the mind sees clearly. Forcing yourself to drop an attachment without understanding it is like throwing away a photograph without resolving the relationship it represents. The picture may be gone, but the emotions remain, ready to resurface. The initial clinging is the material you will work with, it is the very fabric of your transformation. Let us take the example of a person grieving the loss of a loved one. They might hear teachings about impermanence and the need to release attachment. In the early days of grief, these teachings can feel impossible to apply. The heart refuses to let go. But as the weeks and months pass, the same person may begin to relate differently to their memories, not by erasing them, but by holding them with tenderness instead of desperation. The shift did not happen by forcing detachment on day one. It happened because they allowed themselves to fully experience the attachment, to see its shape, to honor what it meant, and to trust that in time the hand would loosen. Similarly, in meditation, beginners often feel frustration when they cannot quiet the mind. They think, if I were a good practitioner, I'd be able to let go of these thoughts instantly. But in truth, noticing the thoughts without pushing them away is already the beginning of letting go. The grip loosens one breath at a time. This perspective is essential in avoiding two common traps in practice: perfectionism and spiritual bypassing. Perfectionism tells us that if we can't let go immediately, we are failing. Spiritual bypassing tells us to pretend we have let go when we have in tea, to avoid the discomfort of honest engagement. Both cut off the process before it has a chance to bear fruit. The right path acknowledges that clinging at first is natural, and that the transformation happens in the sustained willingness to stay present with what binds us. An experienced teacher once gave this advice: when you notice you are clinging, don't rush to tear your hands away. Feel the texture of what you are holding. Learn its weight. Notice what fear tells you will happen if you open your hand. Only then will you see that letting go is not a leap into nothingness, it is a step into freedom. This gradual approach does not mean passivity. It means working skillfully. If your mind clings to status, begin by observing the situations where that clinging flares up. If you cannot let go of anger, start by noticing the stories you tell yourself when you feel wronged. Each observation is a loosening of the knot. And sometimes, after months or years of this quiet work, the rope simply falls away. So, the next time you feel stuck in attachment and think, "I should be over this by now," remember you are already walking the path. The discomfort is not a detour, it is the road itself. Each moment of awareness, each gentle return to the present, is a step forward. Letting go will come, not because you force it, but because you have learned to see so clearly that holding on no longer makes sense. If this message resonates with you, share in the comments one area of life where you are learning to loosen your grip. Like the video if you believe growth includes the messy beginnings, and subscribe for more insights on walking the path with patience and honesty. And if you know someone struggling with self-judgment over not letting go fast enough, send this to them. They may find comfort in knowing that their struggle is part of the way.